So our strengths are we are reliable.
We have a sword.
No, Celine, we're not stabbing anyone.
I didn't
We're
say that
homophobes. We
we're
don't stab
stabbing
people,
anybody. Like, what if I choose the pizza over the sushi? Or what if I choose the hamburger over the steak?
Celine, that's not what we mean. Celine, that's not what I meant. But if I have to bring up an example, I'm gonna call out Tran here, especially because remember.
Excuse me?
No, whoa, I didn't mean it like that. Hey y'all, post-editing Brian here. Before we start today's episode, I have a special announcement. Apartment 308 is now available on Spotify and Google Podcasts. Yes, now you can listen to all the episodes in audio-only form. I'll be updating these pages every week with a few episodes at a time, so do please wait for all of them to come out. I will let you know when I'm available on other platforms as well. Links to Spotify and Google Podcasts are in the description below, and thank you all for the support. Now enjoy today's episode. Alright everyone, what is going on? How are y'all doing? Welcome back to Let's Hang Out here. Let's Hang Out here on Apartment 308 YouTube channel. How is everybody doing? Hope y'all having a good day. Yeah, like I said, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. And for tonight's guests, we got we got the guys, or technically girls, from the last two
Kidding.
from the K-pop and co-workers episode. Let's give it up for Celine and Tran. Welcome back to the apartment, guys.
Yo. I am back.
Unfortunately, today we can't get Issa onto the show. She's dealing with some personal stuff, so we're gonna give her that time and space. But you guys can actually catch Issa on an episode I did with her on It's Been a While, where we talk about Greek life. So yeah, if you guys want to catch Issa here, you can check that out. And so, how are you guys doing tonight? How are we doing?
I am doing okay. I'm pretty tired, but I am here and I'm ready.
Hell yeah! Tired adult life, let's go.
Yeah, seriously.
What about you,
Where my
Celine?
sugar daddy at?
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Hold on.
Where's my sugar daddy at?
Alright, Celine, how you been doing?
It's been a week.
Oh no, I feel it. Yeah, it feels good for me too, since I'm finally back into production after all the monkey business that happened in graduation, which you guys should...
Yeah, you just graduated.
Hell yeah.
Clap, 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 clap.
We actually did a recording session last week too, where we did talk about, graduation and, what are we gonna do for the rest of our lives, because I still don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, what a mood.
Yeah, but anyways, for tonight's topic, as some of you guys know, there is this website called the 16 Personalities website, and basically you just take that test and you answer these questions, as honestly as you can, and it'll give you a personality type. This is so weird. For all three of us, we got the exact same one, so it's ENFJ, and what that means is we are basically got the protagonist personality. So we are all the main characters here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so...
Of course.
Yeah, so for tonight, we're going to be reading over some of the things that the 16 Personalities site has to say about ENFJ and protagonists. And yeah, we're just going to give our initial reactions and thoughts about it. If you guys want to hear more about that, make sure you subscribe to Apartment 308, like today's video, comment, share it, all that business. You've been on this channel before. You know how YouTube works.
Subscribe for fried chicken.
Hell yeah. I can't guarantee fried chicken, but I can buy you Jollibee next time I see you.
Maybe virtual fried chicken, whatever you guys like.
Oh, I should make that an emote. A fried chicken emote, but yeah. Let's just jump right into it. So, first of all, when you guys first took this 16 personalities test, what was your initial reaction when you got the protagonist personality?
Well, I would have to say, it felt crazy accurate, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there is like like maybe small things where I'm like, I'm all right. But I do know that there's some things that are whatever. Well, I just repeated what I just said. Well, I just felt like, yes, it's very accurate, but there's just those small things where I'm like, meh.
Meh.
I mean, it's not like 100% accurate, but I could say like maybe 99.9 point whatever percent it's accurate.
Math. Statistics.
Math.
Yeah. Tran, how did you feel when you got this personality?
I think it was pretty accurate, to be honest. When I first took this test, I was actually in like a leadership position. So it described me pretty accurately. Like Celine said, it's not like 100%, but like 99%. And then I would take it every year to see if it changes. A lot of my friends, like theirs would shift over a little bit, but then mine would stay the same every year, except for 1 year. But that year was like, I was more in the fields, but it only shifted to like ENFP, which is by 1%, only 1%. And I took one this year, and it was, when I was talking to y'all about it, it's ENFJ most of the time. So most of the time, very accurate.
I should take it again.
let's do a live session right now. Everyone take the test.
It takes a while to do the quiz.
And if you get something different, you're out of the channel. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. He's gonna kick you out.
I kind of feel like maybe I changed a little bit. Oh no. Time to leave.
Get
Just
out.
kidding.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I need to take it again because the last time I took it was like maybe like a few months ago. Not few, like maybe like last year.
Yeah,
But that's still a few months ago.
yeah, I think
That's pretty still accurate still.
yeah, I took the test like say like a few months ago. So yeah, like things
Oh
may
my
or may
God.
not change, but I remember, the very first time I took it, it's like, a few years ago. I got the protagonist role, and I'm just like, how the fuck am I a protagonist? I feel like I'm a side character. I don't deserve this role. Yeah.
You see what you just said was an ENFJ
Shit.
sentence, you know?
Shit.
Very, very.
Didn't you say you like looked up a meme? Was that what the meme said?
No, the meme was, well, it's kind of like a dark, not so much dark, but it's like a harsh, funny truth kind of thing where it's like it's split into, you know how there's like different colors of each category, and then
Yeah.
like we're in the greens. And there is like the wizard guy, I think that's IF, I forgot, but basically like ENFJs, aka us, have like the savior complex. Well, it was like savior complex crybaby. That's what we are.
Hey,
I
that
don't know if
actually
you
is
guys know it.
accurate.
It's like
No, cry baby. Just kidding. I am a
it's
crybaby.
like basically if savior complex is like when you just try to solve everyone's problems and like you just sacrifice everything.
Oh man, I've made that mistake like
Like-
too many times.
Yeah. Basically, you're just trying to save everybody.
Yes.
and, and
Yeah.
and you get to that point where you like sometimes you could overdo it and you just end up
You just fucking shit
not being
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when the second time I took it, which is like my most recent one, I ended up with it again. And I'm just like, how the hell am I getting the protagonist type? And, and prior to this recording session, I did like read like into it a lot more, and yeah, I would say majority of it is excuse me, like majority of it is pretty accurate, and I'm just like looking at myself and like, damn, I was the main character. This feels weird.
I think it's really nice that the name is the protagonist because that makes you feel really important.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like
Nice ring to it.
But like everything in life, there is a weakness to it, but we'll get into that later. Oh, this is one I just randomly thought of, but you guys ever take like those Harry Potter house quizzes?
Yes, yes,
Oh, I
yes,
took
yes.
it
Okay.
like once.
Okay,
Can I guess? Can I guess?
wait, you want to guess ours?
Yes.
Okay. Guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
try it.
I think Celine is Hufflepuff.
Oh my god! Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me look at the houses for
There's
hold
there's
on.
Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw. Those are the
Let me look at their characteristics to guess yours. I think Brian, you're Ravenclaw.
See, I said to myself I'm a Ravenclaw, but when I actually took the quiz, it gave me Gryffindor. So I'm like, oh shit. All right. Celine, what do you think Tran is?
Tran. I think anything but Slytherin.
Are you really?
Wow, do you think I'm a snake? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it could be like a huge plot twist. You never know.
Oh.
I think you seem like either like a Ravenclaw or a Hufflepuff.
For
Or
me,
maybe Gryffindor.
I
don't
think
even know.
I see Tran as more of a Gryffindor than anything, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a
Okay,
Hufflepuff.
what are you?
Oh, you're a
I'm a
Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hufflepuff.
That's how I
baby
recognize
girl.
the other Hufflepuff.
I mean, again, like even then, it's like the Harry Potter house. Like I got Gryffindor and then Protagonist at like the same time. I'm just like,
Boo,
what the?
get out of here, Brian.
Hey!
Just
Whoa!
kidding.
What kind of discrimination is this? Hold on.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
But yeah, let us know in the comments if we should do a Harry Potter house episode. That will be interesting.
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I'm not big about like Harry Potters. I feel like you should ask people who are more into
yeah,
it.
who are actual fans of it.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I just know they do like magic and stuff.
Leviosa. All right, so that is everyone's reactions to when we got the protagonist role. So now let's go ahead and dive a little bit deep into what it actually is. And so first up, when you're done taking the test, you usually get you get the letters. So for us, we get ENFJ, but there's also -A and -T, at least for us protagonists. I'm not sure about the other ones. So do you guys know what the -A and the -T are? Before we...
I forgot. I forgot mine.
I'm actually looking it up right now.
Yeah, I have the site too on my end. So just to educate Celine.
I'm in bed.
Ju-
I'm in bed, so please educate me.
So basically, what I found out about the so A means assertive and T means turbulent. So what do those two terms mean? If you got -A, assertive, that means you have a lot more self-confidence in yourself. And you can probably guess by turbulent is the exact opposite. You have less self-confidence.
Then I'm T.
Yo, I was about to say, I'm a T. I have no
I
self-confidence.
think mine says from
I
my
mean,
email.
I guess I could be both in some situations, but
Yeah, but if we're talking like majority of the time, yo, I'm a T. I'm a turbulent.
I think I'm a T too.
oh,
Yeah.
Damn, we don't have self-confidence in each other.
In ourselves.
Yeah, but there's other like stuff in this website that does talk about the A's versus the T's. Like one survey research says 81% of assertive protagonists say their self-confidence is high, compared to 39 of them. The turbulent protagonists say, their confidence is low, which, yeah, I have no self-confidence. 55% of assertive protagonists describe their level of anxiety about their body image as minimal, compared to the 24% of turbulent protagonists.
Wait, I'm a liar. I think I'm an A.
Ooh.
Oh, plot twist.
Why? Okay, hold on. Can't we just say like, how the hell is there like one oddball out of the group every time every time we're talking about this? I mean, is this a little weird to ask like, why we think we have less or more self confidence than we think we do?
It all stems from our childhood.
Shit. Yo, where's the freaking like Asian drama music? Like, cue that in. Like, holy shit.
No, I mean, to be quite honest, I think it's just how you like kind of grow up, and it's just like a psychology, sociology, that stuff. It's just
That's true.
It just depends how you were brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. Like for me, like I said, like I'm not really self-confident in myself at all because like I do like doubt like everything that's going on, like even myself. But, as we kind of grow up, we kind of do surprise ourselves, so, a little bit more, kind of like how I discovered more, like, yeah, I am the protagonist. I actually do own this title type of thing, Yeah.
I think maybe when we do things to other people, we seem very confident. But then deep down in our own mind, we're always questioning ourselves. But because we're questioning ourselves, we do our best, because we're like, oh, we gotta like fake it to make it type of mentality.
Oh, that makes sense. Like we have more faith in other people than ourselves, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also this thing, too, is like when you help other people, you can't help yourself but just feel satisfied when you're doing it.
Yeah. But then, like, helping yourself is just like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do with myself?
See, I just help myself just by going to bed. That's it. That's pretty much all I do. How do you treat yourself?
Wow.
Oh, just go to bed.
Self-care.
It's also a funny thing, too. I remember I had this conversation with another friend where it's all like, so Brian, how do you find inner peace? Or what do you imagine inner peace to be like? And I just...
Find inner peace? That's a loaded question.
No, I just straight up told him, it was like, yo, it's just gonna be me in bed. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my inner peace.
I was like, I don't have inner peace.
Shit.
But what the fuck is inner peace?
What is this peace you speak of? I only know violence.
What is this inner peace? I don't know what that is.
I only know violence and depression.
Daily anxiety. The world is attacking me.
Oh my goodness. Anyways. Okay, so...
Laughing through our tears.
Oh, you mean me every day? That's what I do. Anyway, so that pretty much sums up what the dash A and the dash T are. So let's go ahead and dive even deeper into what the protagonist role is like. So first off, let's talk about our strengths. So our strengths are we are reliable.
We have a sword.
No, Celine, we're not stabbing anyone.
I didn't say that
we
we're
don't
stabbing
stab people,
anybody. The guy just has a sword.
Yes,
swords are cool.
the actual image does show like the protagonist character with a sword, but anyways.
Get in.
Anyways, so according to the 16 Personalities website, so we are reliable. The one thing that gals protagonists the most idea of letting down a person or a cause they believe in. If it's possible, protagonists can always be counted on to see it through. There's also charismatic. Charm and popularity are qualities of protagonists have in spades. They instinctively know how to capture an audience and pick up on a mood and motivation in ways that allow them to communicate with reason, emotion, passion, and restraint, or whatever the situation calls for. Talented imitators protagonists are able to shift their tone and manner to reflect the needs of the audience while still maintaining their own voice. And lastly, and I think this is the most obvious one, we are natural leaders. More than seeking authority themselves, protagonists often end up in leadership roles at the quest of others, cheered on by many admirers of their strong personality and positive vision. So after hearing all of this, like, what do you guys think about it?
about the natural leaders one, I'm like an on and off natural leader. Sometimes I just don't
Yeah.
like leading people, and sometimes I just, sometimes I don't want to deal with people, and sometimes I do. So,
Wow.
like, it's a switch. I love people, but then I'm human, and we all have our days.
You're just like
And
you're just like, get the fuck out of my room, like.
well, I won't say that, but like, I mean, it has to kind of do with like the confidence thing too, from what
Yeah.
we were talking about before. Because it's like some days I'll feel like, oh, like I could lead people, and then some days I'm just like, I'd rather just listen to people, you know.
Yeah.
But I also think that comes with like the leadership role too, where it's like you'll listen to people just so like, because I know like protagonists are like good listeners or something like that. Like they're people pleasers,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I know that a lot of like politicians or whatever, or like just big leaders are ENFJs. Like yeah, they they listen to the people and people please and all that
I
stuff.
hear
So
you all.
yeah, people pleasing is a big ENFJ
It
thing.
definitely
It could
is. Yeah.
it's like a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how like extreme your people pleasing is. Honestly,
Yeah.
my people pleasing is very extreme. So
Yeah. Tran, what about you? Like, how do you feel about some of these strengths that they listed here?
I think it's very accurate, in my opinion, for myself. I would say I'm a natural leader. Do I want to be a leader? Not all the time. But within my own groups of friends or like anything that I've done in my life, I kind of just take the lead when I feel like people don't know what they want to do. So then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if you're in a group of friends and they're like, oh, what should we do? Like, and stuff like that. I would be like, okay, fine, I'll plan it and I'll do that. But it does get
Yeah.
tiring
Yeah.
after a while when you
Oh my
always
god,
have to
I
be a
totally
leader.
feel you. I feel you, girl. I used to like be like the planner of the group, and then it just got like fucking tired. I'm just like,
Oh my
just
goodness.
you guys get kind of chaotic, and like if I try, say like I take over, right? I take over the plans. And then like some person just comes over and like just ruins all the plans.
Yeah.
So it's like it gets tiring sometimes to be that person.
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
in a perfect world, I would like I don't mind being a leader if the
Yeah.
teammates or a group of friends are
Yeah.
also proactive. Like if I give you 3 options, like pick one. Or like if I give
Yeah.
you a time, if I'm asking you questions like, oh, what time should we do this? Like I want people to have opinions, but I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people they don't know, so they just kind of like
Yeah.
and then eventually
We
like,
want answers so we can help you. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
So then eventually
yeah, that's
I'll
the
be like,
ENFJ way of thinking. Like we want to
Yes.
help you, but you're not helping us help you.
Exactly.
exactly. And then you're like, cool, I'm gonna make the executive decision. If you like it, cool. If you
Yeah.
don't, that's on you because like
Exactly. It's either
you didn't say anything.
it's literally
Yeah,
like
and you know what sucks? Like when something like messes up the plan, it's just like since you're like in charge of planning everything, like when something
don't
goes
even
wrong,
get me
it just
started.
it just goes to you. Like
Celine.
it like every like it just I don't know. Like
Celine,
sometimes people want to
Celine,
fight you, and
Cel-
you're like, I'm nobody's taking over. Nobody's like giving their opinion. So I quit.
Oh my goodness. My gosh. You know how I mean, not to bash
Triggered.
on, not to bash on like any of the guests that's, been on Apartment 308 before, but honestly, like when you what you said, Celine, about like planning and shit, like I carefully try to plan and schedule these podcasts as best as I can, and then when someone out of nowhere says, "Yo, my schedule changed," I'm like,
Well, to be quite honest, that's also us too in the
That is true.
Yes,
circle. But like life happens, so
yeah, and I kind of get it. It's like when someone else is not not giving you like the front steering wheel and you have to take over. It's like bro, are you serious? Like, you could have like done this like a long time ago. And there are like so many instances too where like people have come up to me and like tell me their problems, and I just straight up says like, yo, why not just do this? It's like the most easiest solution for you to make yourself feel better. And they don't listen, and just like, did you hello, did it not go through your, did it not go in all the way, like through your ear hole? Like, were you not listening? Hello?
Well, maybe they're an ENFJ too, and they don't know how to help themselves. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, also too, like one thing that did caught me as I'm reading this was the charismatic personality type. Which honestly, Celine, this is where you and I come in, because both of us have channels, and you know, we try to capture our audience the best as we can, but also, you know,
We try to be funny.
we try to be entertaining, but also, you know, like I keep saying, y'all, this is an educational podcast. This is an educational
Very
channel.
educational. Very educational.
Yeah, man, I didn't get my piece of paper for nothing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, piece of paper.
That costs like
Expensive piece
so
of paper
much
that costs
money.
thousands of dollars.
Anyways, there are like other like strengths when it comes to being the protagonist, saying, you know, we have some tolerance, and you know, we're altruistic. But yeah, it's like we said, like there are gonna be points where it's just like, I don't want to play the protagonist role, and that's mostly because on, you know, the people that we're with. But you know, it's like still we are willing to like pick up the keys and like drive, you know, ourselves and others when we need to.
I think back then when I was in school, I would feel like I need to do everything, but now I just kind of set boundaries where I would put my energy into certain things as a leader, and when I'm needed, I'll be there. But I feel like when I'm not needed, like I'm not gonna step up because I just want to save my energy for other things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Ooh, life advice from Tran.
Hell yeah! I mean, oh, I forgot to bring this up earlier, but I guess this is still like a good time for it. What's so funny? So I play a lot of League of Legends. Yes, I know it's a trash game, but I still love it. And sometimes when I do play with my friends, like, I usually play the marksman, but other times I can switch over to being the support. And every time I play support with my friends, and you know, I'm in like an engaged type or like a tank, they're like, Brian, dive in, go, you're the main character, go, start the fight. I'm like, oh shit.
I like being support when I play games.
I mean, support is fun, yeah. Like, you actually do a lot of stuff for your team instead of, you know, the person that's killing the enemy, like, majority of the time. So, yeah. I feel like supports are also more of the ENFJs as well. Anyways, so that's pretty much the strengths of being a protagonist. Now, we're gonna go the opposite way. Let's talk about our weaknesses. Ooh boy, there's a lot to say about this one. So, weaknesses as a protagonist. We're too overly idealistic. People with the protagonist personality type can be caught off guard as they find that, through circumstance or by nature, or just a simple misunderstanding, people fight against them and defy the principles they've adopted. However well-intentioned they may be, they are more likely to feel pity for this opposition than anger, and then earn a reputation of, I can't read that word, naivety? I can't read.
Naivety? Yeah, I can't even. Sorry, that's...
Another weakness is that we're too sensitive. While receptive to criticism, seeing it as a tool for leading a better team, it's easy for protagonists to take it a little too much to heart. Their sensitivity their sensitivity to others means that the protagonists sometimes feel problems that aren't their own and try to fix what they can't fix, worrying if they're doing enough. Which yeah, we definitely did talk about that. Yeah.
Hallelujah, baby.
Another weakness: fluctuating self-esteem. Protagonists define their self-esteem by whether they are able to live up to their ideals, and sometimes ask for criticism more out of insecurity than out of confidence, always
That
wondering
is
what they can
true.
do better. If they fail
That
to
is true.
yeah, if they fail to meet a goal or to help someone they'd help, their self-confidence will undoubtedly plummet.
Ooh,
Yeah, I felt that
ooh, did
one.
we? I felt that one.
And last one, and this I think I also relate to this, struggle to make tough decisions. If caught between a rock and a hard place, protagonists can often be stricken with paralysis, imagining all the consequences of their actions, especially if those consequences are humanitarian. Ugh.
Oh.
Like, what if I choose the pizza over the sushi? Or what if I choose the hamburger over the steak?
Celine, that's not
What
what
if
we
I
mean. Celine, that's
like
not what I meant. Yeah, so, oh boy, hearing all of that,
Nope.
my gosh. Does anyone else, like, relate to any of these?
Most
Yes.
of them, yes.
I think I like in a perfect world, I'm a perfectionist. So I like things to be like really nice. So I think if it's like overly idealistic type of thing where you think like people are really good or like things gonna be great, but then when something bad happen and you're just so shocked, you're like, what? Like people are like this? You know,
Yeah.
like this is a true color?
Oh my god. I felt the part too when it's like when someone gets angry at you, you can't help but feel with pity instead of anger back.
Mhm.
That-
Yeah.
that
You
is
try to be understanding when people are shitty to you. You're like, oh no, they're going through stuff. Like it's okay, I'll get
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Yeah.
getting mad and like standing up for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, what can I do to be better?
Oh my god.
I hate myself.
And
Oh
then
my
you're like,
goodness.
please give me some constructive criticism.
Okay. It was just like a personal story for me. Like, I had some friends here in the Bay that, I don't really want to talk to anymore. Because freaking, yeah, they always get mad at me over like the dumbest shit. And they always take it to an extent to where they make me feel like shit. And I'm just like, yo, I'm like hella sorry that I fucked up. I always own up that I fucked up. Like, and this is for anyone that really knows me. Like, if I'm messing up, just straight up tell me. And I'll try to understand like where you're coming from. But let's like be respectful to each other. Like, for real.
World peace, world peace.
World peace. We are trying to end all the hate. It's also that thing too where it's like, for me as a designer, especially when it comes to the criticism part, ooh, there were like a few times where people have like criticized my designs, and I take it like a little bit, and I'm just like, man, I'm fucking shit.
Yeah.
But then, like later
Yeah.
on, I'm like, okay, I have enough confidence now to go back and redo my design and re-edit. Yeah. Oh, you guys ever get those times where it's like, some people like joke about you, but it's like kind of more of in a criticizing way than anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think yes, I would think I like to act like I'm tough, that nothing bothers me. Because I feel like when you're a leader, you have to act that way. But deep down, like when one little thing goes wrong, or like when people are unhappy with you, you just feel that because you're such a people pleaser. We're like, oh my god, like was I mean to that person? Even though it wasn't even mean. But then you start feeling like, oh crap, like I don't want to hurt your feeling. Like I didn't mean anything, but now you're thinking negatively of me, then you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And especially too, like going back to like League of Legends, like for those who don't know, the League of Legends is notorious for its most toxic players ever.
Yes.
And whenever I'm playing like super bad, like I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad game, everyone just blames me. And I'm just sitting
What?
here like, I'm sorry, like I'm like sorry I'm not doing so well, but also fuck you for not helping me out in my lane, bro.
Dang. That's how far it goes in League of Legends. I didn't know.
No,
it was that-
people are so toxic.
They're
on
so
gaming.
bad.
Like it's crazy. Where like sometimes when I play, well, I don't play League, but I play like I play Mobile Legends, which is like a mobile game for like kind of have the same map. and you don't know these people, and if something happened, they're like cursing each other, they're being racist and stuff, and you're like, why can't we just be nice to each other, you know?
Yeah, it's so funny too, cause like in League of Legends, like there are times where they're trying to promote like, hey, let's stop being toxic. But then when you look at like the competitive scene, yo, like even the casters like casting the games, they're even being toxic towards the players as well. It's
What are casters? Sorry.
like the commentators basically like like as the game's going, like there's like people talking about like what's happening in the game, also talking about like statistics and all that. Be like, hey, this player's doing really good, or oh man, this player's shit, kind of stuff.
Oh, I see.
It's so hard sometimes when like, cause yeah, like there are times where you can take it as a joke. Sometimes you can like live up to like what they're saying, but at the same time you can't help it just be like, damn, that shit hurt. That shit fucking hurt.
Actually, I've had an experience over that. It was like with close friends, and it got to the point where it was like so bad that I was like, because then I dealt it for like years and stuff, where they joke about it, and like me, I'm a big pushover, and like I'm just like, they're just joking, they're my friends and stuff. But then like, when jokes get repeated and it just repeats and repeats, and you start kind of believing it, and you're just like, okay, I get the joke, but it's starting to not feel like a joke anymore, and I'm starting to take it to heart.
Yeah, I mean there are some jokes between me and people of the past, and I'm just like, bro, you just like shut the fuck up now. Like this is actually like annoying me.
But what I hate is when you start feeling like it doesn't sound like a joke, and you tell them and you talk to people about it. There are people out there who are like, what are you doing? Like, you're so sensitive. It's just a joke type of thing. But if they're really your friends or someone who cares for you, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize like that was starting to hurt you type of thing, you know?
Exactly. And I mentioned this on the show, or not on the show, but like other like videos in the past where I used to get bullied a lot in middle school, and I tried to make friends with some of my bullies, but it still ended up like not going so well for me. And thank God, like I fucking left middle school. I'm doing better now with my life, honestly, and just I'm just like, man, fuck these toxic people. It's like we said, like we are the main character. Oh, this is another one that's been in my mind, especially. I'm not sure about you guys, but connecting this with the tough decisions aspect of being a protagonist, like, did you guys feel hard when it comes to cutting out people from your life?
Yes.
It's so hard.
I can't cut out people, even if they're so toxic. Like, but the older I've gotten, the better I've gotten at like setting boundaries. And even now, like, I have a hard time setting boundaries with people that are important in my life, like family and stuff like that. Especially like as an Asian family, it's like you're being toxic, but how do I cut you out without kind of going against my values? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I felt that. Tran, holy shit. Yeah, because when reading like making tough decisions and cutting out friends, like there is a point where I cut out some really toxic friends, but in my head I'm like I start to doubt myself. I'm like, was that actually like the good move to like like leave their group chat and like not say anything anymore? I was like, did I make the right call to it? Yeah, no. So Tran, I definitely get where you're coming from. So. It is like super hard to like cut out people, especially when you have the tough decision to make.
You start feeling bad, and then you're like, is it them or is it me?
Yo, don't even get me started on that, Celine.
Like it always feels like it's your fault for some reason.
Yeah, like you feel bad for things that other people do to you.
Yeah,
like, when they're wrong to you.
Yeah, when in reality it's not really your fault. It's like
it really isn't. And that's something.
But I mean, sometimes it could be your fault, sometimes it can't be.
I mean, yeah, honestly, but it's like you gotta just if someone is actually being like, hella like toxic to you, where it starts to hurt, like you can do one or two things. Be like, one, call them out on it. Be like, hey, I really don't appreciate like what you're saying to me. Like, can you please like stop that? Or two, just be like, no, fuck you, bitch. I'm not gonna be your friend anymore. Type of shit.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to have good friends around you that cares for you,
definitely.
so they can remind you that, like, that person is not good for you. You need to leave them, type of thing. Instead of you always questioning, like, oh, was it a wrong choice to not be friends with them, or like to cut them out of my life, type of thing.
Definitely, and I remember this too when I did, and it's been a while, episode with my buddy AJ, like a long time ago. We were talking about like you do learn new things when you meet some of the international students, and one student said to me, it's like, why do you always take every piece of feedback, especially the bad ones? Just take the feedback that you find like the most positive ones that make you happy, and just go with that one. Why do you always keep taking the most negative shit? I'm like, if you would have told 10-year-old me that, I probably would have been like at a better place at that time. Or like I probably could have made like better friends at the time, or better relationships. So I'm like, man, it just goes to show that
it's tough.
Yeah,
it's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that everyone is like sensitive in their own way. Sometimes we do hide it, but if shit starts to hurt, you gotta take some time to heal it.
For sure.
Definitely. But anyways, gosh, that got sad, but let's try to make things more positive now.
Well, I mean, this is the harsh reality of the ENFJ. Like, as much as it's cool to be a protagonist, like, the main problem of ENFJs is that they carry so much on their shoulders, and they keep saying, like, they can handle it, and then, like, they really can't handle it.
You say you're fine, but actually you're not. Exactly that shit, yeah.
Damn, he meme-defied it.
I mean, like I said too earlier, it's like I made that mistake of, trying to fix everyone's, like, problems at once. And, especially, there was a point, like, in high school where, two of my best friends, they were, like, in a very, like, heated argument to the point, they started burning down the bridge. And here's my ass is like the freaking like a freaking firefighter or like construction worker at that point, be like, yo, let me fucking save this bridge, and and ended up just falling anyway, and I just gave up, and mentally it fucked me over. But those were high school days, so I don't really care anymore.
Dude, I get that. I have two friends from high school. We grew up together from like elementary school, and they when you grow up, you change and you realize like who you like, who you don't like, type of thing. And they were decided to not be friends anymore, but they still hang out in the same group when it's like a group activity, and they're like nice to each other. But in my head, I'm always like, oh my god, we've been friends for so long, like we could totally fix this, like this is possible. So like for the longest time, like I was trying to fix it, but then I'm like, no, like we are all adults, like you grow up, you move on, like it's okay, like you don't need to be the fixer for their relationship. Like it's not like they're mean to each other or anything, but it's the hardest thing to get over.
It's just like Celine said.
Hi Ryan, I see somebody's listening to us.
Yeah, hello Mod. I see you. For recording, for anyone that's listening to the post recording, yes, we are using the brand new Discord stages, and right now I have one of my moderators like listening over. He's just chilling there. And I've been seeing what you're doing in the chat, bro. You have a lot to say, but we'll get to that soon. Anyways,
can we see it, or is it only you who can see it?
I think you guys can see it too, but since you guys are on mobile, it's a different like layout, so yeah,
interesting.
Okay, but anyways, we should probably move on. So yeah, we're gonna talk about now like two other like key points, I would say, that the 16 personalities like hit on. And out of all of what they said, I picked out two specifically that kind of relate to us three in general, which are when it comes to protagonists and friendships, and in a workplace. So let's go ahead and read about a little bit more on their friendship. People with a protagonist personality take a genuine pleasure to getting to know other people and have no trouble in talking with people of all types of modes and thought. Even in the disagreement, other perspectives are fascinating to the protagonist. Through, like most people, they connect best with individuals who share their principles and ideals. And types in the diplomat and analyst role groups are best to explore protagonist viewpoints with them, which are simply too idealistic for most. It is where the closest friends that the protagonist will truly open up, keeping many other connections in a realm of lighthearted but genuine support and encouragement.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
110%.
Hell yeah. And like going back to like thinking about like for me like bringing up the international students again, it's like it actually did feel nice like getting to know like not only just like they themselves but like more backgrounds and different stories because we all grew up differently and I don't know if this is just a me thing, but it's kind of like you just see the same shit every day and you just want to kind of explore and get to know like more things out there.
I get curious about people. Like, I have this thing where I kind of like psychoanalyzing people. Like, it's not like, but it's like
Oh, Celine.
Oh, I can't hear. I was like, is it me?
We lost Celine.
I was like, whoa.
No, we lost Celine. Well, we can't hear Celine right now, and I don't know if Celine can hear us. Anyways, I guess we can move on to you, Tran. Like,
I love people. Less now that I'm older, but when I was younger, I like love meeting people, getting to know people. Like I have a lot of friends, and I consider everyone like really good friends of mine, so I don't have trouble opening up. But now that I'm older, I do keep closer friends, like super close to me, and they know like the most about me. And I am very supportive and encouraging to friends that I meet throughout my life. But I learned that there are things that you don't share with people until they ask you about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. See, that's a mistake that I think some people make where, they share the most sensitive stuff and next thing you know, that's being used against them. So that's like one thing like I tell people to like be careful with. But yeah, it's like you said, like it is definitely, interesting to learn like people's different backgrounds, lifestyles, and you definitely learn like a lot of things from them too.
Yes. Lose me?
Yay,
yes,
Celine's
did.
back.
Oh, where did it cut off?
I think we were talking about like reactions to this quote I read.
Oh.
So like,
yes.
so kind of like how much do you like getting to know people or getting to know like other stuff?
Oh, okay. I said like this whole explanation where for some reason like I do like getting to know people, but I also like getting to know like the complex sides of people. Like for example, like I'm a film student and I get attracted to like characters with very complex personalities. Like and I also took like my minor is sociology. So I get curious about like why do people act this way and like how do they like act with other people. So like when I meet a person and let's say I have a friend and they're having like a problem or whatever, I'll do whatever it takes to like understand them fully. Like sometimes I'm like, what was your childhood like? It depends on the situation, of course. But like I try to like understand and like basically psychoanalyze them to the point where it's like maybe I'm getting too deep into this and then I get into like their problems, even though it's not my problem. It's like weird. I don't know why I like to psychoanalyze people, but I guess it's just like the ENFJ thing where like I like to get to know people and like help them as best as I can.
Yeah, and what's up?
I think this kind of goes back to how like our strengths and weaknesses, where we we try so hard to understand people by observing them and learning more about them, where we kind of give them an excuse to be who they are. Like
Oh
for
yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I meet people and they do certain things, I don't really judge them as in like, oh, that person's weird, like let's not be friends with them. I'm kind of like, oh, that person is like that because of what they've been through, how they were raised, where they're from and stuff. So then to a certain point, you kind of give them an excuse to be an asshole if they are an asshole type thing. Or like if they're toxic, you're just like, oh no, they're like that because of this. So because you understand that, you tolerate that shit. But there are things that you should not tolerate.
Like going on with that too, like for myself, like I try not to get into arguments as best as I can, and even when I'm in like a heated argument, like I actually do take time to go ahead and take a look at that person's point of view. So say for example, like if my mod here like just gets mad at me for something I did or something I do, like I would take like look at my view first and be like, okay, how did I fuck up? And then I go to his view and be like, okay, in his eyes, how bad did I fuck up? So, and I think this is, I've been meaning to say this for like a long time and put this out there. Like, I guess a lot of people just don't, or just fail to look at like different perspectives because we're all caught up in our own like mindset that we just don't think about anything else. We don't even consider like other people's like thoughts and opinions unless they follow ours. Yeah, so when it comes to like big arguments like going on, I'm just like, okay, what's this person's point of view? What is this person's point of view? And how can we meet in the middle? Or is this just not gonna work? And now thinking about it too, like where you guys also get called as like, mediators when it comes to arguments between people?
Oh, all the time, babies. like holy crap. I don't know how many times I've been in the middle of a problem, but somehow I'm always in the middle.
Yeah, like
you're like not even involved, but they pull you in.
Yeah.
No.
Or sometimes I voluntarily just like, I'm gonna be the problem solver and I'm gonna be your superhero.
Yeah, like.
But yeah.
Oh, you just reminded me of like another like I would say problem, but I'm not sure how much as this fits for the ENFJ. So I was having this conversation with a friend last time where there are some people out there that have this thing called the main character syndrome, where they think they're so like super confident and think they're their own main character in this story, like they try to take over and stuff, but it turns out like they just get shit on by just being that main character, by having that main character syndrome on them, like thinking they can like take on anything. And I think that happens to like some of us too, where like we think we can handle it, especially me, because going back to that high school experience, like I dove into that problem thinking I can fix this, and what ended up happening, I fucking broke my leg, not physically, but yeah, it's just it hurts. But again, if we're taking this in a more positive route, like it's so funny too, because I thought I used to be an introvert this whole time. But, as I, came to college, I'm like, I'm actually more of an extrovert now because I rely on people to get me going now. You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Agree?
We thrive on people's happiness.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, not to make it sound in a negative way. we try to make you happy for making ourselves happy.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like negative in a sense, and it could be also positive too. It could be both. It depends on what degree.
Yeah, we all take our time to get to know someone, and even if they're like, they don't see the same way as us, like, we still take time to actually take a look and see, like, okay, this is probably why this person's like acting this way. And if we're talking about careers too, like Celine said, like even as me as a designer, like one of the key things is to know what my audience is gonna be like. So if I'm making like a poster for something, I'm like, okay, who is gonna be looking at this poster exactly? And I'm pretty sure too, like back at the company we all worked for, we kind of had to study that too. It's like, okay, why aren't we getting enough likes in our in our posts? Despite all of us like trying our hardest to make as best content as we can.
Yeah, when you don't get paid for it.
Definitely. So one of the last. So speaking of the work.
Watch our
work.
first episode together
Yeah.
with Isa.
I know, Issa, we miss you if you're listening. But yeah, speaking of the workplace, one of the last things, I kind of read up, since, all of us used to be coworkers with each other, is a protagonist in a workplace.
Are you reading the career path?
No,
One?
so workplace habits, that's the section I'm looking at.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just want to know what you're reading.
Yes.
Okay, go.
So protagonist colleagues. As colleagues, the protagonist's desires to assist and cooperate is even more evident as they draw attention to their coworkers into teams where everyone can feel comfortable in expressing their opinions and suggestions, working together to develop a win-win situation that get the job done. Protagonist tolerance, open-mindedness, and easy sociability make it easier for them to relate to their colleagues, but also it perhaps a little too easy for their colleagues to shift their problems onto the protagonist's plates. Oof. People with the protagonist personality type are sensitive to the needs of others, and their role as a social nexus means that problems inevitably find their way to the protagonist's doorsteps, where colleagues will find a willing, if overburdened, associate. So my question for all of us is like, since all of us had the protagonist role, like how did we apply that to our previous internship that we did? Like going back to that coworker episode.
Just what the boss wants.
What the boss wants, we do. What the boss wants, we do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like any company, that's basically what you need to do.
Definitely.
So, I mean, that's the ENFJ talent, people pleasing. So, we thrive in workplaces, I guess.
But if I have to bring up an example, I'm gonna call out Tran here, especially because remember.
Excuse me? Just kidding.
No, whoa! I didn't mean it like that. But when honestly. Like Tran, remember like when we started working together and I was fucking up hella and you tried your best to help me out finish that assignment on time. I think that was a good example of what a protagonist in a workplace looks like. And then here we are now. We're all in the podcast. We're all in the podcast together.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to a workplace, I think of us as a team, obviously. But I think some people when they work, they're very me instead of us type of thing.
Oh yeah, that's an example of main character syndrome right there.
Yeah, so when we work together, obviously I want all of us to succeed. I want all of us to learn, and if we all succeed and learn together, everything, all of our tasks would be so much easier.
Definitely.
That's how I view the workplace. I'm not trying to compete with anybody. We're all learning together. We're all doing this together. We're doing it for the company. So, I would say I have a lot of patience, and I didn't expect a lot from people, because if you're in an internship, like I said before, you're learning new things. You're not supposed to be perfect. Even if you're at a job, you're not supposed to be perfect all the time, because that's so boring. You gotta learn something new. And so we had a deadline, but you were also learning, and she brought us in, she brought you in super late in the game, tell things. So that's why I was let me help you while you're learning still. But you got better throughout, the internship, obviously, because you're learning new things. So I wasn't you have to be perfect right away.
Yeah, this is in a workplace. It's supposed to be more of a team effort. And, if you are gonna be the leader, you have to be the one to pick up the keys. You're not driving yourself, but you're driving others too to whatever destination or goal there is at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, it is an all team building process, and yeah, like if we're relating it back to like some of the other things we said earlier too, it's like we try to get to know our coworkers more. We try to understand kind of like their work style, how do they operate in a group versus how you operate in a group, and just make adjustments, meet in the middle, and all that stuff.
That's why I think communication is so important with your team or anybody in your life, because I don't like it when certain companies are like, you have to be this way, you have to be a certain way, you have to work like this, because everyone is different. So you have to adjust to their personality or their work style in order for them to be the most efficient, the most successful at their job, So I liked when I was managing, I guess, the team, I liked it to be like I give you guys like a loose deadline, and then you do what you have to do. Like I give you a bunch of ideas, so like it's very free. But I think some people don't like that too, where there were people who were like, oh, what should I do? So then that's when I realized their style is kind of different. So that's when I get into more specific style thing instead of being loosely. Yeah. But like with the two of you and Isa too, we're more on the creative side. So we didn't really struggle too much with that, where we can think of a lot of different things versus some other people where they're like, I don't know what to make, even though I give them like loose ideas. So that's why I'm like, oh, why don't you do this on BTS? Like specifically BTS style thing.
It's called clickbait.
Literally, BTS everything.
Yeah. No, like definitely. It's like when you have like a group of us like together, it's like, yeah, you gotta readjust like who you're working for, like, what's your guys' goal and all that. And yeah, and like I said, just, I guess this is like the lesson of today's show, everybody. It's just, actually take some time to get to know, a few more people, but be careful on who you like be open with, because there are some bad apples out there. But overall, you are the main character of your story. There is character development in you.
Oof.
This is the longest shonen I've ever watched. I mean,
getting deep in here, huh?
Yeah, be the complex character of your own movie.
Hell yeah. but don't be too overconfident. just also like know your limits too. Anyways, guys, that is all the time we're gonna have today on today's episode of Let's Hang Out here with Tran and Celine. But as always, guys, we gotta give the shout outs at the end of every show. Gotta shout out our girl Celine here on her channel.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
I haven't been as active, but I actually I recently got this little gig. Well, it's not really a gig. I signed up for it. I'm an honorary reporter for Korea.net. And basically they are
Oh no! Not at the shout out. Yeah, so apparently she is a content creator for Korean.net. But also you can check out her personal YouTube channel. It's called Director Potato over on YouTube. Celine, I'm not sure if you can hear us, but yeah, I gotta shout you out anyway because we're running out of time. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Everything will be included in the the description below.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, and
Brian got you.
Celine, hurry up with the reaction video. Your last video was you opening up your Wonho box.
Excuse me, that's very important content.
Damn.
It might be a reaction video or it might be like something else. Not too sure. I'm gonna play around with it. I still need to think about that.
Yeah.
So many things to do, so little time.
Yeah, but as my protagonist role says, we gotta support each other in our content creation.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, like I said, that's gonna be it for Let's Hang Out. Yeah, thanks a lot, Tran and Celine, for joining in on today's episode. This is,
Thank
you
you
for
for
having
having us.
and also thanks to the one mod in the chat right now that's just listening.
Ryan.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, that's gonna be it from us, and yeah, we'll see you guys over on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.